Hello everyone, today I am at the barber. What's up, Dennis?
How are you, my man?
I am good, how are you?
Welcome back.
Look at my hair.
Oh man.
We should do a 360.
Short, huh?
I don't want to do too crazy.
Well, it's either or. If you want to come out of ring carpet, then I need to advertise. Why don't you do what you do and let me do what I do, and then teach you maybe something new?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. He's not only a barber, he's also an actor.
Try to be. I will not claim anything. I did do some work and I was quite a bit in the industry. Mostly theater performance, very few things done on TV. It's one of those things that I was unable to pursue, but will always be my dream and my passion.
Is there anything that you still want to achieve in acting industry or film?
I would definitely want to try myself out.
Yeah.
You know, again, and the good thing is that it's not age related. So
yeah.
You can try do it any time in your life. If you cannot commit to it, you shouldn't be doing it. This is what I've learned doing my auditions and going for training, acting training.
Yeah.
But the most important thing in acting is to know yourself.
To know yourself.
You must know yourself. You must be aware of yourself existing to understand what acting truly means. Initially and truly, acting is projecting the truthful emotion onto the screen. If you want to act, you have to understand where that emotion is going to come from. If you don't understand where it comes from, you're going to project it wrongly. This is why you have to understand yourself. Because to project certain thing, you got to know where it should come from.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
I feel like I'm still trying to understand who I am and what I do. I don't know if I necessarily see myself stop seeking who I am. I feel like I'll always be looking for the meaning in life and who I am. That's how I feel like. Because like every year changes, you know, how I was, how I used to be in last year compared to now, it's so different.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's always gonna be.
Only if you grow, you will wonder these things. In terms of mind, spirituality, physical growth, any type of growth as a human being, you're always gonna be changing. And it's absolutely okay. Opinions change, mindset changes. As you mature, it should be. It's a natural course of action.
In terms of emotion, Kayla is a very emotional person. She was in a theater and I can see her acting really well because she's naturally emotional person and I am not. So I always think that I would never be able to act or anything like that.
But you think you're not. We all have emotions. It depends on how you process it. To understand an emotion, you have to process it. You have to go through it, feel it, where it comes from, and why is it there. And that's a very philosophical sort of mindset. Acting itself involves a lot of self-work, a lot of self-understanding, and this is for a reason for you to project things right. Because a lot of times, that's our way of communicating to other human beings. But the interesting thing, and then you know that because you're in the media and producing, you understand that camera captures things that we can't see with our naked eyes. This is why, for film industry, for film work in front of camera, projection is really important, and stillness. Presence, stillness, less is more with the camera. This is what I was taught. Okay. Less is more. Theater is something else. Theater is a different thing. Theater, you're projecting to the live audience.
Yeah.
And ultimately, they're all there on a close distance for you.
Yeah.
So for them to see you, you have to
be more dynamic.
Exaggerate.
Yeah.
So projection has got to be bigger. You have to be able of and aware of every little muscle movement in your face. I'm serious.
Yeah, that's what I saw on YouTube. When I was doing research on YouTube, this guy was saying that eyes is the gate for the soul, and you need to be able to use and tell a story with your eye. I'm like, With the eye? How?
Well, that's where the intentional projection comes from.
Yeah.
This is what first you must understand that to be able to proceed from there. Every reaction of ours has an intention behind it. And it's based on something you felt. You have to know what is that made it react that way. There's this game we played at one of my classes. It's called the truth game.
Truth game.
So everybody has their own truth because we see things differently. Now if you look at me, you're looking at my eyes now, can you tell what I'm wearing and what the colors are? And that's your truth.
Okay.
Right? So that's your observation. If I were present, I will know what I'm wearing and what the colors are. And that will be my truth.
Yeah.
But I can claim that this is red.
Because that's how you see it. I see black, you're wearing black.
But is it black? Or is it deep navy blue?
Maybe deep navy blue.
Because it is deep navy blue if you look at it.
Yeah. This conversation, I always argue with my wife, Kayla. We see color so much differently. And we always argue if it's red, if it's orange, if it's blue or, you know. And I stopped arguing with her because that's how she sees it and that's how I see it. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong. However, there is factual truth.
Yeah.
The truth that exists without us observing it. And that's the same in everyone's perspective. For the lack of better solution, I think for you would be great if you had taken some classes.
Yeah.
And it's the best place to feel vulnerable. Because that's where most the emotion comes from, vulnerability. But at the same time, that same place means no ego involvement. When the ego is present, ego doesn't allow you to feel vulnerable.
The reason why that I am interested in practicing act is that I like producing stuff. I do YouTube and it brings different element to be a better producer or better filmmaker. So, and also better storyteller as a YouTuber.
And for the purpose of understanding what you do, I think it's a great addition to your skill set, because once you end up making movies, then you're gonna want to understand the actor's perspective.
Yeah, the biggest reason is to be a better director, I think. Understanding actors, I think I need to do it at once at least, so that I'll be able to direct them better and kind of understand how they feel when they're acting and stuff.
No, that's the mindset.
Yeah.
That's the right mindset. I mean, first I had taken classes, like courses at the acting academy, from theater to movies.
Yeah.
I needed to learn how to do less. What I was saying earlier, how to project less. You're not an actor, you might never want to do acting, but from understanding perspective, it will do so much for you.
Like I wanted to create YouTube videos, but there's no one to be in a video, so I stepped in like, hey, I'm the only one. I'll be in the camera, let's talk. And that's how I started my YouTube. If I improve my producing skill and acting skill, you know, my production levels comes up. So your advice is to go to acting academy?
You don't have to really do academy as in like you're gonna do it, but like classes are important.
Yeah.
Classes will help you understand, and then you start with beginners classes so that you can understand the actual base of it. Start to understanding yourself so that you can understand your emotions. And I think your wife can help you a lot with it.
Yeah.
Women process emotion differently than men. Simply for that reason, they are the best teachers when it comes to that. Because she will tell you exactly what is it that makes it.
Yeah, and what's missing from me.
Yes, exactly that. Because we process it differently.
Yeah.
You know,
very logical thinking, I think.
Yeah. We look at death differently. We look at existence differently. We don't matter for a lot of things as much as they do, and this is where that comes from. That power comes from them their detailed observation of everything. Right? It's funny.
That's how I feel. They are most sensitive to what's missing and what's needed in society, and they are always the first to notice, first to feel, I feel like.
Because they're naturally the mothers. I do believe that world would look much better if they took control over it.
You think?
I think so.
Yeah.
You see, there's nothing that can nurture you like a mother. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Someone that you came out of.
Yeah.
Something that created you.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy.
All right.
That's weird, but that's how it is.
We all came out of it.
Yeah. Without them, we don't exist. Eventually, I want to make a movie, so I'll keep you in my mind, and
You better.
yeah, always. I feel like you can do so many different roles. What roles do you enjoy the most?
I always love the villains. Everyone wants to be a hero. No one likes the villain, but villains have more fun.
Yeah, I can see you villain, yeah.
Well, that's called categorical casting.
Okay.
You know, fit by the look.
What category do you think I would fit just by look?
Just by look,
Yeah.
you fit a perfect villain.
Villain?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so, yeah. I was always told I was a good guy, but
Yeah.
I fit this role. They just said don't smile. And if you smile, make it an evil one.
Wow, interesting.
So
Wow,
I was a
okay.
terrorist, I was a murderer, I was a kidnapper.
That's so interesting. Yeah, okay. I never wanted to be a hero. Like, I don't need to be in the center of attention. Like, that's not really my thing. And I like the villain, yeah. I like the idea of being villain, yeah.
Villains always has more fun, I
Yeah.
feel.
But I feel like you'll be hated more because of, you know, the things that you do and act.
Well, in terms of audience, I don't really think so.
No?
I mean, everyone worships the hero, but who they really admire is the villain. We built this wall. Everybody's actor today. Everybody was always an actor, because if you want to fit into certain circles, you're going to change certain ways of your behavior so that
Right.
you get accepted.
Yeah.
But subconsciously, all of us do that.
Mm-hmm.
From starting from school, from the kids in the neighborhood, the cool kids, the not so cool kids.
That's true, that's true.
When you just get to school, you look around and then you see who you want to go with, and based on that, you change your behavior so that you fit in.
Right.
So you will do things that you don't like, just so that you can be with the whatever crowd that is.
Find a position in society.
People buy BMWs not for their performance, but for what people are going to think about them,
Yeah.
seeing them drive the BMW.
Yeah,
It's ultimately a status thing.
right.
So your status in society makes you change your behavior so that you fit in, based on who you like to be.
Right.
Meanwhile, we are never who we actually are, because when we were born, we were given a name, a race,
Yeah.
a color. We were given everything, religion, everything we were given without even wanting, without
Yeah.
a choice. And then leading a life like that ultimately ends up you not having a choice into anything, but just doing what the society imposes on you.
Right.
So the true understanding of who you are has to come from there. Who is actually Haruki?
I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't chase or seek either.
I think you should.
I should.
Of course you should. That's your purpose. Because you see, I've been doing this my whole life.
Yeah.
My whole life is based on philosophical books,
Yeah.
Shakespeare's projections of emotions, the understanding of the act itself, why. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of thinking. When you learn where to start from, that's the main thing. You gotta start from, what would you be if you had a choice? Who would you be? How would you be? What would be your name? What would be, like, just all of those things. Those are the real questions that we need answers to. And when you find that,
Yeah.
you will find the real Haruki.
I think that part of me afraid finding out who I am, because I don't want to limit myself only to who I decide who I am. Do you know what I mean?
I do, completely. But I think you're looking at it from a fear perspective, and fear is only in the head. Fear is right there, and you can eliminate it by choice. Fear is a choice. Why do you fear?
Because I feel like I'm so much more than what I discover in a couple years.
Fine. But everything you're discovering is who is Haruki itself, actually. So I'm not saying you're doing anything different. I'm just saying start from the beginning. And what you've discovered so far. Things that you like, you might not really like, but you were told to like it, or blah, 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 whatever. These billion of those circumstantial things that one needs to think of. We almost identify to what our surrounding tells us. But there's a reason why you were born when you were born in Japan.
And I'm here.
And why you're here.
Yeah.
And who is this American Haruki?
Yeah.
Why did this Haruki become American and didn't stay Japanese?
Yeah.
Things like that. Find the motivation behind where you're going. Find the reasons why you're here. Because this is not the Japanese Haruki that was meant to stay there, and they're traditionally like majority of Japanese people.
One thing that I do feel something that I can do or I'll be doing is to bridge the gap between Japan and US. I think that's what I'm doing through YouTube, showing what it's like to live in the US as a Japanese, starting from international student and so on, moving forward. Starting my family here, community here, expanding, but that's what I'm doing right now. And I mean, there's so much more I can do, and I just can't decide that's who I am, you know what I mean? Like,
It doesn't have to, you don't have to decide.
yeah,
You can just discover.
right.
It's still part of you. This is where we go wrong, because you fear something that you already are,
Yeah.
but you don't know about yourself. Nothing stopping you from venturing down that line,
Yeah.
because you could use that other Haruki for your performance.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. Who would you be if you're not yourself? Or if you had a choice? Who would you be? Would you be a specialist in rockets, or would you be a seriously?
Yeah.
This is where you come up with characters. This is where you come up with intention behind what the character represents. So, what would you be? Who would you be? What would your name be? What would you be doing? How long you would be doing that? Are you gay? Are you straight? Are you transgender? Are you, whatever comes to your mind. And fear usually prevents us from living fully. Because everything we fear is not us. Did you ever hear before there were people that could manipulate earth elements? All four. By summoning the energy from within themselves. Control the air, control the water, control the ground. And
Like a water benders,
yep,
fire bender.
yep. They exist still today. We just don't know about it. Why? Because we fear them. And out of collective public fear of these magical people, or whatever you want to call them, most will probably call them weird witches and wizards, because people fear shit they don't understand. Would you be an airbender or waterbender? How would that be? How would you feel? How would you feel being so powerful? Would the ego take over? Would you use it for good things or for bad things? This is how you can discover who you really, really are, and what does it make you. And if you accept whatever you find and discover, try the opposite of that, because you might like it.
Yeah.
You never know.
If I have power like that, I don't want other people to discover that I have, because I feel like someone will come to try to steal from me, or they want to take advantage of me because they know that I can do certain things that they can't. So I might step away from society and live by myself.
Most of them have done that.
Unless you find people who also has higher power like that. I mean, that's what they do, right?
Predominantly, yeah. They hide away from general society because of those things. And I mean, this was just an example for you to start understanding where to look from. So
I see a lot of value in entertainment and education. I mean, that's what I do for YouTube too. A lot of people learn from me watching videos. English is one of them. And they can learn English from my lifestyle, just like going to barber shop and having a conversation like this. I hope that this is entertainment.
we hope so, huh?
Yeah.
We should be just playing two villains and start fighting here.
Oh, okay.
Start yelling at me.
What are we gonna fight about? No, I never get angry.
You've never been angry?
Once in my life. When I really felt that anger, only once.
Okay.
That was the time that the guy held me and took freedom from me physically, and I hated it. And I tried to punch him. I didn't punch him, but you know, tried. I felt that anger, but that's the only time I felt true anger, taking my freedom away physically. Other than that, like, no, not really.
So you see, you gotta relate back to that feeling, actually feel it back again, so that you can project it right. So whatever it made you feel, made you shake inside, it made you cringe, it made you like, you know?
Yeah.
And you gotta be able to build that so that on camera they see
Your emotion.
your anger. Because I can put you in that position here so that you get back that feeling.
Right.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
And these things they will teach you on, like in the classes.
Yeah.
Like they will purposely put you in that position. They'll start bullying you. They'll start telling you ugly stuff.
Yeah.
You might be able to get away from it, but physical contact will get you.
Yeah. That's interesting because words never get to me. If you say something nasty, ugly, doesn't really get me angry. But physical restriction, I
So what
hate
did
it.
he held you down?
No, he was like holding me like really tight, and it's one of those situations where kids fight.
Yeah.
And the guy was a lot taller, bigger than me, so I wasn't able to move for a second, and I was like, get the fuck up, me kind of stuff.
So typical bullying.
I wasn't doing stuff that I was supposed to, and this guy was kind of leading the project of whatever we are doing. So I think he was trying to get me in the project and do stuff, but I wasn't doing it, and I think he was trying to do something that I wasn't motivated to do, and the way he approached me got me angry.
See, there was already an elevation in your voice when you were thinking, when you were just saying that. Did you notice? Slight elevation in your voice?
No?
Like with a little sharper expression? Because you went back there in your head.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
This is the
Okay.
presence you have to be in, right? That's what presence is called. You have to notice and be able to exactly sound the way you want to sound by projecting whatever you want to project.
Okay.
So if you're going back into a memory,
Yeah.
it's great. But observe whatever your voice elevation. Observe how your body feels. Observe how your face looks like.
Yeah.
This is best practicing in front of the mirror.
You're the best teacher ever.
No, stop that. What's up?
I'm just thinking about like how I can find myself.
I saw that. I so knew you were gonna go there.
I used to work out body making stuff, like a physique, competing physique, because I always loved sport. I mean, I still love sports, and I think that's my DNA, sports, athletics. But I got injured, and so I had to start working out, and I also learned sports science in college, and I was gonna go for biology and stuff. But It failed because I had to stop working out from back pain. I dislocated my shoulder twice, and I didn't stop working out because there was a competition coming in, and then pushed myself too much, went off the limit, got injured my back. It's 24 hours pain, and I stopped working out and lost my part of the DNA.
Well, you found a new one.
For YouTube. Yeah. Production, yeah.
In India. It's an extension of you.
Yeah.
You know, everything you play in your DNA. You see, we are like chameleons. Again, we can do anything you want to do if you set your mind to it. You literally can achieve anything.
It feels good to have short hair.
Yeah? You
I like
that?
it, yeah. It's good, it's good. 360. Yay! Complete! I feel like this barber haircut series is to discover who Haruki is, and with your ability of thinking, philosophical thinking.
You think I can teach you things?
You always do. You always do. But this is how I see the world now. Problem solving. The bigger problem you solve, you help more people. What's bigger? What's big problem is more people are the problem that more people are having.
What is that?
Anything. I think haircut is also a problem too, and you as a barber solve that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see. So problem solving ultimately.
Yeah.
All right.
And I don't know what kind of problems that I want to solve. Oh, I can't imagine how I had a bulky hair.
You look different.
Do I still look like a variant?
No, not villain.
Variant?
Now you look like a nice guy.
Nice
Which
guy.
you are. The guy that wants to solve world problems.
Oh, thank you for the haircut. I appreciate it. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's gonna be a series of who I am, discovering who I am and what I do with my life. If you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and I will see you in next video. Bye bye. Peace out.
Having a good day, having a good day, having a